Hello YouTube. If you look up the phrase power hour in Google, the most popular search result is going to be a drinking game where for 60 minutes you have to meet some measure of drinking an alcoholic beverage in that time frame. It might be 60 shots of beer or 60 beers. I don't know. People play this game, but the real question is, where does TBI fit into a drinking game? It doesn't. And that's not the power hour that I'm going to be talking about. And actually, what I am going to be talking about is how in 2009, I had to reinvent skating for myself for, I don't know, maybe that was like the third or fourth time that I had to figure it out in a different way. I guess it's when something's constant in your life, nothing else is. And so you have to figure out a way to fit in that constant love in an ever-changing, ever-evolving life. And so that's been rollerblading for me. How do I fit it in, even though my life is changing and moving? And I mean, I started my life in the East Coast and been out here in the West Coast for 18 years. So there's been many transitions where I've held blading true. And 2009 was no different. In 2009, my first son was born. And that was a huge transition. I guess the best way to explain it is that it was life-changing, much like a TBI. So, and for those who don't know, that's traumatic brain injury. Sorry if I throw that out there and I don't put it out there what it is. TBI, traumatic brain injury. Life-changing event, just like having a son. Go figure. When I had my son, along with having a son, came the hashtag BladerDad. And that is a wonderful community. So if you don't know about BladerDad, go check out BladerDad. Put in the hashtag on Instagram or on Facebook. It's a great community of dads who want to pass on their love of rollerblading to the next generation. Hence the Transformers in the back there. Those are actually Coltrane's old skates. Maceo will be getting them soon. And that's from USD. Shout outs to Powerslide and USD for creating an adjustable skate for kids so that they can grow with the skate. Bravo, right? Sounds simple, not often done. Thank you for those. Those actually will last longer than the laces, thankfully, because those laces are kind of shot. But in 2009, along with BladerDad, the hashtag, also came DadBod. Yeah, DadBod. I don't think I need to explain to you what DadBod is, but I needed a way to get that cardio, right? That pumping from skating, that constant moving that I got from blading, and I wasn't able to do it at the same rate or frequency. I couldn't just at the drop of a text or at the moment that the homie showed up, bounce out and go skate for a few hours and, as most bladers know, drive around for 2/3 of that in order to skate something for a third of that time. No, I had to become very efficient with my skating because I didn't have that luxury of time anymore. Family became very important, and being at home with my baby was super important, especially being at home with my baby and his mom, right? And so time became precious. And so I took the phrase power hour to be something very different. For me, a power hour became this ritual of going to a different space, let it be a skate park or an outdoor skate obstacle, and just sessioning it as hard as I could for an hour. And I started to develop a system. Shout outs to Victor Arias. He actually helped me understand the system and why it was important, because he does something very similar. And if you know of a better skate technician, holler at your boy, because JSF don't play and Vic is the like viper, cut you down to size. We basically together with him, I learned from him how to maximize my skating in that hour. And so I created a system where I would do repetition. And the goal was to do repetition without falling. So if you started with a royale, then you would do a switch royale. Then you would do a back royale. Then you would do a switch 270 back royale if you're me, because that's how my brain works and that's how my skating works. But if you fell, you had to go back to the beginning, no matter where you were, and start over. So if you fell all the way out 10 tricks later in the topsoil, that's great. You made it 10 tricks, but you gotta go back and start over and try to get past that barrier. And so this was a wonderful routine for me. It not only got me out, it maximized my time, it rejuvenated my skating, because a lot of tricks that maybe I stopped doing or didn't like doing or found too challenging, I had to start adding to my routine, adding to my repertoire. Because also, after you do that routine for a while and your cardio is built up, you're like, all right, I want to do some fun tricks because, whew, that was quite a stretch. And dad bod, yeah, started helping with dad bod quite a bit. And then my friends also started joining. And so when my friends started joining and when there started to be a little buzz, I started doing something very different for me, which was film myself skating. It was interesting because I never edited my own footage. I never filmed myself. And to be quite honest, I'm the type of person who, when it's the session and you've got to get the trick, I'm falling most of the time. For some reason. I don't know why. Pressure, excitement, it just never happens. So I started filming myself and started making 1-minute edits that I put out on Vimeo under the moniker Power Hour. And I got to about 3 of them when, I think it just became a bit of a load and I just wanted to skate, or I had gotten to the point where I understood how skating fit and I could do more than just the Power Hour. But those were just 3 videos. During that time, I skated Menlo Skate Park, I skated the Daly City Mini Ramp, I skated the Market over SF Market down by, I think it's like not 3rd and Army. I skated 3rd and Army too. But I skated a lot of places and my repertoire got pretty big. And my skating got really good. I want to show you guys today some of the older footage from when Power Hour first came into my life. And why I show you this is because soon Power Hour is about to make a really nice triumphant return. Because I'm figuring out rollerblading again for I don't know which other time, but a life-changing event happened in December and I can't skate the way that I skated before. And actually, I don't even know that I can. And part of strapping up is doing something that feels comfortable as well as challenging. And I know for me, the last time that I had to do this, Power Hour was there for me. And so what you'll see today is a preview of what's to come. what a wonderful trip down memory lane. I can't imagine how much fun that was to film, but I can definitely remember a lot of those moments. The skating sessions with Bond and Bjerre, that sweat stance 360 out, y'all seen that? The alley fish, ooh, held that to the very end. But and then Peter with that alley acid, the topsoul, and the quintessential slap to Kind Grind, ESGL Presidente. Yeah, there's a lot of good out there. I'm really excited to see where Power Hour goes over the next year when it's combined here with Blading on the Brain and as I bring it to you guys at YouTube. So once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing. Comment below. Hit that like button. Feels good to get some likes. It feels really good to have some comments. Ask me questions. Throw out some tricks that maybe I should start with. Throw me those stretching, those yoga moves. Is it the warrior sequence that I typically do that I should keep doing? I want to hear from you, YouTube. I want to hear from you, Blading on the Brain. I want to hear about, how blading, traumatic brain injuries, just this idea that we all need to come back. What does recovery look like, whether it be an ankle injury? We like to think of those as simple, but truth be told, it takes a long time if you break your foot to come back to blading. So it's wide open. I want to hear from you, YouTube. I thank you tremendously. Look out for episode 4. Get excited. I think it's going to involve me being on blades and filming some of B-Free's 365-day extravaganza that's coming up later today. Yeah, so I'm super excited. Thank you, YouTube. Subscribe, like. I'll see you in episode 4.